with discontentment being defined, as this deep, this deep dissatisfaction with God's providence. Because God's providence being his sovereignty, his ability, his power to do and provide for you. Whew, I think it's hitting me right now. Like I'm getting this right now as I'm speaking to you. It's help. So when I think about discontentment as this biblical definition of discontentment specifically, I think about the Israelites, right? I think about Eve. And when I think about the Israelites, I think about complaint being on their lips first, right? Complaint being on their lips because they weren't getting what they believed they ought to get in the time in which they ought to get it, all the things. And I remember, in reading these passages that they wanted to go back to a familiar dysfunction in Egypt just to avoid they wanted to go back to a familiar dysfunction in Egypt just to avoid the unfamiliar, uncomfortable place God was taking them into. Therefore, they didn't believe that God could provide for them in accordance to how they wanted, therefore treating God like a genie and not like the Holy One, not like the sovereign God, not like the all-powerful, all-knowing God we know him to be. And that convicts me.